show.
Thank
Doug
you.
has been on my show a couple of months ago, right?
It's been about 2 months
Or
now, I
2
think.
months?
Yeah, about 2 months.
Yeah, and then he's been running like crazy on Chuck's show.
Yeah, I've been on Chuck's show a few times, yeah. I
How's-
love Chuck. Chuck's great.
How's that been going for you?
Chuck's awesome. It's been really good for business, and it's a lot of fun, and kind of know all the guys now and everything, so it's been a great experience.
So it's kind of like feeling at home now, huh? Like
Oh,
you're
absolutely.
part of the clan here, the Central Valley clan.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, great. Well, Doug here, he's been blowing up the network from what I've been seeing and hearing. And Doug, I've been following you, on Facebook and
Yes.
stuff. And I saw this. It's his new CD. It's called Facebook Marketing. And I spoke with Doug last night a little bit about it. And you know what? I definitely want to sit down with you and really learn about this, because I'm basically an entrepreneur.
Absolutely, yes.
And I don't know a lot about how to run my business. I mean, I'm being straight up honest.
Absolutely.
A lot of us go in, trying to take on a business or make a business work, but a lot of us don't know really, unless you're like a business major, you know what I
Right.
mean? But if you're not a business major and you want to learn how to start a business, you're just like, gosh, how do you get there? So, share with us, Doug, a little bit about your Facebook CD here, the marketing CD.
The conception really started with how I began selling with the first product here, Black, and I received 10 bottles, and the owner handed them to me, and I said, how can I get this to 10 people the fastest? And I
Right.
said, I'm going to use social media. I put it out there. I said, hey, I got 10 bottles. Just put it out there. The response was overwhelming. At about 20 people say, hey, I want one. And I sold those 10, went back and got 10 more. And at that point, friends were saying, hey, Cindy, I think this would be great for you. And they were tagging their friends in. And I would, friend request them, they would accept. And then their friends would get involved, and I started friend requesting them. They started friend requesting me. And eventually what happened is I started building a network on people that were all interested in this product. And I started to expand. And at that point, started to realize something exciting was going on with Facebook. And the thing to remember is that Facebook really today is what the newspaper was 100 years ago. Social media in general, but Facebook in particular. And that little 5-second advertisement before the YouTube video, that's really what commercials are now. And
Right.
so the world has really changed. My girlfriend, she gets up in the morning, she doesn't turn on the news, she gets on Facebook, and she says, this is where I get my news for the day. And so you're really capturing the fact that my daughter is at home watching Disney X on her phone, and she's checking, for her it's Vine, but she checks other things in between and stuff like that. So the world has really changed, and Facebook is a way you can reach people.
Absolutely. And, I was told from a really good friend of mine about a couple of months ago, and he said, Deanna, he goes, whatever you do, do not give up, your internet TV show, because a lot of people, that's all they do now is they're on the internet to search for,
Yes.
news and marketings and stuff like that, that they're eventually going to do away with cable TV.
Sure. Bill Gates said it best. He said, if your business is not on the internet, you won't be in business.
Exactly.
Period.
Exactly, because that's where the world is going to now, is social media. So what are some of the key features here that on your CD?
I'd first probably talk about just how to announce your business, how to say, hey, this is what I have, and put out a post that's creative and educational and informative that piques people's curiosity and starts a dialogue, and then to follow up with another one of those and to start to network out. But first, just to announce that you're here, say, hey, here I am, this is what I have, and start growing some enthusiasm. But like with anything, there's an art and a science to do that. And if it's like any commercial, if you like that commercial, you'll watch it. You don't go out and buy a Big Mac right away. But when you're buying McDonald's a little bit later and you're feeling like one, then a tasteful commercial can really capture your attention. That's really what we're doing here: short, educational, informative, just to kind of get it out there. You're not really pushing anything or promoting anything, and you're kind of letting it grow organically from that point.
Wonderful. Now, Doug, there are a lot of, or I shouldn't say a lot, but there are other CDs out there and websites that that you get all these pop-ups. If you want to learn how to build your business, watch this CD
Yes.
or get this or get that. So what makes your CD different from everyone else's out there?
I'd say two things in particular. One is that this works. I mean, I've sold hundreds and hundreds, I'm bordering on thousands of bottles of this, predominantly through Facebook. I mean, literally no one had heard about this product 5 months ago, and now I have people. I actually had a guy that lives in Ensenada, Mexico, and he had a couple guys from a really famous boxing institute down there, and they actually came in. They said, "Hey, you know, who's this guy, Doug Stark, and who's this? What's this product, Black?" And Rocky's like, "You know, how did you hear about it?" He goes, "Oh, we've been monitoring Facebook for a while." And so it's
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, I have friends. I have people now in England, overseas, Germany, friend requesting me based on the network that you're building of friends upon friends. So it's just capturing what's really hot right now, social media, and the wave of the future, social media. The other thing that I think is important about it is the conception of it. The fact that I really didn't use Facebook for social activity, for entertainment. I kind of started with the thought that I'm going to use this just for business. So my perspective on how I developed this is unique in that I saw the business opportunity with social media and went that route. And so it's something that's developed in with the concept that this is what I'm going to do this for, this is how I'm going to do it,
Right.
It's going to work like this, and it has.
Wow. That's wonderful when you can just sit down and say, you know, this, and bam, look at you. You know, you've exploded.
Right.
Really, you have. I'm just like, oh my gosh, this guy's like, and, you know, all from doing, you know, you start out with La Vida One or, you know, selling the Black and coming on Deanna's show and coming on Chuck's show.
It's been exciting. It's been an interesting ride, absolutely.
So I'm definitely interested in sitting down with you and going over this CD because I would like to learn more about how to run my businesses.
It's really interesting. Last night I was at the gym and the sales manager was there. We did like a 50-second video, and she just said, "Hey, come on down, mention Blackwater, get January for free." It's already got like 2,200 views.
Wow. See? Hey, if you are into business or wanting to start a business, you know, and quite not sure how to do it, you guys need to get a hold of Doug. You know, just, this is remarkable. I mean, this is awesome. Do we have an up-close picture of this? Right, there you go. You know, get a hold of him and make an appointment to sit down with him and say, "Hey, Doug, you know, give me some insight here. What exactly do I need to do? These are what my plans are, and this is what I have down as far as my guidelines.
Yes.
Where can you help me, you know, figure this out or put it in place or
Absolutely.
whatever." And do you charge for services? For having people come and sit down with you and...
Well, the Facebook CD is $20. What we're going to do with that is we're going to open up a closed group. Everyone that's purchased a CD can then be invited into that group, and there'll be actually one-on-one training or group training, questions that can be asked, not only me answering the question, but other people. And so it'll be one giant support group. So, you know, 10, 15 years ago, you'd buy a book, and there'd be a customer support number you'd call if you have follow-up questions. What we want to do is actually have a group on Facebook that right away you're invited in, and we can support you right there.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's perfect. And that's so convenient, too, because,
Yes.
you know, a lot of people work all these different hours, or if they're from out of different towns, you know, and they can't travel all the way to Visalia for whatever reason. But, I mean, you know, it happens. But that's perfect, because then they can get on there, get on Facebook, get on that group page, you know, and just ask all these questions, and you're able to get an immediate response back.
It's really about leveraging your time. It's about somebody asking a question on Facebook. Perhaps I can't answer that question, but somebody else can. Or 10 people have that question, and I can answer it for 10 people.
Yes,
And that's really
exactly.
what business is about now. It's about leveraging time. We're seeing hours cut back in businesses, and you know, money's always an issue. And it's all about, in every business, how you can leverage time. And I think that's what social media has really done. When I asked myself, how can I reach 10 people the fastest? Because the owner did not believe I could sell 10 bottles. He goes, "How long is that going to take?" I said, "Today." He laughed. He goes, "You sell those today, call me." But I took it as a challenge. And I said, how can I reach 10 people the fastest? And social media was the fastest way to leverage my time.
Wow. Is it now not just Facebook, but did you also use any other social
No, I
media?
use Instagram a little bit. I've played
Instagram,
around
okay.
with Twitter. But you'll see an interesting stat on the back of this, that how much revenue actually occurs as a result of Facebook, and it's outstanding. It's by far the biggest one. People will tell you that Instagram is catching up, but it's really not even close.
Wow. Wow. that's amazing, amazing. So get a hold of Doug if you're interested in, in learning more about this Facebook marketing. I know I am, and I will, and you and I will be talking after this.
Absolutely.
And, but yeah, $20, you guys, and I'm sure this is going to help you or even better your business. I mean, look at Doug, he's, like I said, he's just all over the place.
There's no better way, and I think my website's up, DougStark.livia1.com. You can buy it right from the website. It's $19.95. Go under products and shop. And but I'm 100% thoroughly convinced that for $20, there is not one thing you could do today to help grow your business in this.
Awesome.
Instantaneously.
And also to help, like to generate revenue and keep your business going strong, right?
Absolutely.
Just awesome,
right.
Awesome. Yeah, give him a call, and he'll be more than happy to,
Absolutely.
answer your questions
Sure.
and stuff. So while he was talking, I add a little bit of the black in my water, and as you guys noticed, that I didn't even have to shake it up. It just colored it instantly. So Doug, really quick, tell us a little bit more about, or a little bit, share us about the black.
So you're not having to mix it up because it's not really dissolving. It's so pure. It's the minerals. They're actually attaching to the water molecules. They're becoming the water themselves. And when you taste it, there'll be no taste. You can see the minerals in there, but you can't taste minerals. They're tasteless and odorless. And what the minerals are doing is they're actually protecting your cells from the outside and cleaning them out from the inside. And that's really the beauty of the combination of the minerals in there. There's over 74 in there. And then we have a probiotic. It's a first-generation soil-based probiotic. It's in spore form. And Dr. Oz, in one of his famous videos, calls soil-based organisms in spore form probiotics the Chuck Norris of probiotics. They're really tough little guys. That's what he says. And so you'll notice that the CFUs in there are not as high as some of the other leading probiotics on the market, but they don't need to be. They're that effective. They go into the small intestine. They will clean you out, and they're that effective.
Wonderful. And it helps you feel better, too. I remember I called you the other day, or I texted you, and that I was feeling like a cold was coming on, and I kid you not. And then I told Doug here, I said, man, you know what? Because I haven't been a loyal user, and it's been sitting there. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to put this to the test. And my goodness, after about an hour or so, I started really feeling better.
Absolutely.
Really feeling better. So I'm going to drink this. And then what's the difference between this enzyme here and this black water?
The enzymes are interesting because, and the enzymes are the predecessor to black. The enzymes have the same probiotics, but instead of having the 74 plus minerals, they still have minerals from the super greens, but then they also have bromelain, and that's a very, very effective fat loss agent.
Okay.
They have hipofavraminoids, and that's 190 different nutrients in there, and that's one of only 2 sources of omega-7 fatty acids. That's important because that curbs appetite, helps with type 2 diabetes, regulates insulin, also helps with LDL cholesterol, the bad cholesterol, so it smooths out your arteries. Enzymes, I guess in summary, I'd say food is really about energy.
Yeah.
Food's about nutrients.
Right.
Food, your body does not absorb food, your body absorbs nutrients.
Right.
Food's about nutrients. Nutrients are about energy. Energy's about life. What's in this little bottle is life. This is
awesome.
really revolutionary, what they've done with this.
And I need a lot of life.
Well, don't think about New Year's resolutions, guys. I mean, think about changing your life. And that's really what you're talking about when you talk about a New Year's resolution. And what better way to change your life than to put life back in your body?
That's right.
And you will feel the effects. And the feedback has been outstanding. Everyone that's tried black, then tried the enzymes after, has said black plus energy. And people take them in combination, or one in the morning, one in the afternoon. Those people are really talking about some next level stuff. We have another liquid probiotic. It's equally fantastic. There is a whole lineup of them. These 2 right now are probably the most popular in my experience, but everyone likes a different one.
Awesome, awesome. So you guys get a hold of Doug and try this out. Put some life back into your life. I know I will. And thank you so much for being on coming on my show, Doug. I'm glad to have you, and we will see you guys next week.